Hello children, how are you all? Welcome back to the mathematics class. So today's topic is fractions, and these fractions we will learn through an interesting story. So let us see what are these? These are yummy chocolates. So one day mother bought 4 chocolates for Rohan and his sister, and she has to divide these 4 chocolates between Rohan and his sister equally. So what she did do? She has just divided 4 chocolates into 2 kids. So both will get 2 chocolates each. Yes, they get 2 chocolates each. Another day, what happened? Mother bought just 2 chocolates. So how to divide between these 2 kids? Let us see. So there were 2 chocolates and to be divided into 2 kids, so they will get 1 chocolate each. Yes, they get 1 chocolate each. Now, one another day, mother bought just only 1 chocolate. Now, what did she do? Because she has to divide this 1 chocolate to Rohan and to his sister. Would she give the full chocolate to Rohan? No, that wouldn't be fair. And can she give one full chocolate to his sister? That also wouldn't fair. So what did she done? She tried to break the chocolate into 2 equal parts, so that one part Rohan got one part and his sister got one part. So have they get 1 chocolate each? No, because they have just got the half of the part. So how to represent that? They have just got one part out of 2 equal parts. So how to represent that? So whenever in this situation, when we are dividing something into 2 equal or more than equal parts, that is known as the fraction. And how it is represented? Number of parts we have. How many parts does the Rohan have for the chocolate? 1 part. And total number of equal parts were 2, because mother has broke down the full chocolate into 2 equal parts. That's why the total number of equal parts is 2, and Rohan got only one part, so the fraction he got is 1/2. Similarly, his sister got one part out of 2, so that is the fraction part. So a fraction represents equal part of a whole or a collection. The equal thing is very much important in the fractions. And fraction of a whole means when we divide a whole into equal parts, each part is a fraction of the whole. Like in the example, because the mother has divided the whole chocolate into 2 equal parts, so the fraction was 1/2, and that one, because both have got the equal thing, so Rohan has also got 1/2 and his sister also get 1/2, and it is used to represent the quantities less than 1, because it is already we have learned to represent the whole numbers and the integers on number line. In the whole number line we are using 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on, and in integers we use 0 with the positive numbers and the negative integers. But now the question arises how to represent a fraction on number line. So let us see. So here I have the number line in which I have marked 0 and 1. I have enlarged it or I have magnified it. Now next step would be, children, as we have 4 as the denominator, yes, 4 is the denominator, so we will divide this whole number line into 4 equal parts. So here we have part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4. There are 4 equal parts which I have divided. So the first part will be called as 1/4, second part will be called as 2/4, and third part will be called as 3/4. So here we have So our answer is 3 by 4. So this is the required answer, this one, 3 by 4. So if somebody says where is 3 by 4, 3 by 4 is here. Now next, let us see the next example. Now how to show 4 by 7 on the number line. Again I am drawing a number line like this, and here I'll consider this point as 0 and this point as 1. Yes, this point as 0 and this point as 1. Now we will divide this whole number line into 7 equal parts, as we have 7 is the denominator. So I have divided it into 7 equal parts. This is part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6 and part 7. Now you are right, yes, we will write down these numbers as 1 by 7, 2 by 7, 3 by 7, 4 by 7, 5 by 7, 6 by 7. What about this, children? What about this 1? It will be 7 upon 7, and if we divide 7 by 7 we will get 1. That's why I have written here 1. So now where is 4 by 7? Yes, you are right, 4 by 7 is here. So this is the representation of fractions on the number line. So this is now, as you have understood the meaning of fractions, now we'll be doing types of fractions. Types of fractions. So there are total 7 types of fractions. Although there are main 3 types of fractions, that is proper, improper and mixed fraction, but we will be doing unit, like, unlike and equivalent fractions also along with this video. So first of all, unit fraction. A fraction whose numerator is 1 is called a unit fraction. You can see the examples like 1 upon 4, 1 upon 8 and 1 upon 3. Like fractions, the fractions that have same denominators. It can be in the pair or it can be more than 2. So when we compare two fractions and they have the same denominators, they are known as the like fractions. Unlike fractions, apart just opposite from the like one, the fractions which have different denominators are known as the unlike fractions. So here I have taken the example 2 upon 3 and 1 upon 3. Both have different denominators. Proper fraction, when numerator of a fraction is less than the denominator of the fraction. Like you can see here, 8 is lesser than 9, 2 is lesser than 35, 5 is lesser than 10 and 12 is lesser than 51. You can remember this by children, like how your teachers are giving you marks. They are giving you marks, suppose you got 9 marks out of 10. So this is the proper way of writing your marks. Nobody will write down the marks like this, 10 upon 9. Have you got any time in marks like this, the 10 upon 9? No. So this is not a proper way. This is the proper way. So that's why you can remember by this that it is a proper fraction. Same what I told you, improper, where the denominator is more than, we can say, denominator is less than or equal to the numerator. It is known as improper fraction, like 24 by 16, 20 by 10, 13 by 6, 12, 15 by 2, 8 by 4 and 14 by 7. Mixed fractions. A fraction comprising of a natural number and a fraction is called a mixed fraction. Like we have 1 by 2. It means 1 and half. So 1 is the natural number here and 1 upon 2 is a fraction part. Same as 4, 1 upon 2. So 4 is a natural number and 1 upon 2 is a fractional part. Here 3, 1 upon 3. Now equivalent fractions. So fractions that upon simplification gives the same value are called equivalent fractions. Like you can see here, they are appearing like same portion has been shaded, but their numerical values are different. Like 1 upon 2, out of 2 1 is covered, out of 4 2 are covered, out of 6 3 are covered, and out of 8 4 are covered. But when you see by opening your little few eyes, just close your eyes and open little bit slowly, you can open your eyes and you can see the same portion has been covered in this. And according to the definition, if we simplify it, 2 ones are 2 and 2 twos are 4, you will get 1 upon 2, 3 ones are 3 and 3 twos are 6, 4 ones are 4 and 4 twos are 8. So you will get the same answer, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. So these are known as the equivalent fractions. Now, in the next part of the video, you will be learning how to compare and order the fractions and addition and subtraction of fractions. The rule number 1 says that whenever we have the like fractions with us, like fractions means the fractions which have the same denominator as we have given here in this one, 2 upon 7 and 4 upon 7. So here we have the same denominator, that is 7. So in this, simply we can judge by comparing the numerator. So numerator is 2 and the second numerator is 4. So we can easily find out that 2 is smaller than 4. So we can easily mark 2 is smaller than 4. Or this can be explained by an example like 2 upon 7. How we are going to represent 2 upon 7? That means if I have 7 apples, so I ate 2 apples. So that is 2 upon 7. The fraction is 2 upon 7. And similarly, if I have 4 upon 7, that means I ate 4 upon 7 of the apples. That means out of 7 apples, I ate 4 apples. So of course, 4 apples are more than 2. So this is simply how we are going to compare. We can easily compare by taking this example as well, that out of 2 out of 7, yes, of course it is smaller than 4 out of 7. Okay, now we have to come to the next rule. Whenever we have the numerator same while comparing, so that time we will just do the reverse of that. That means the smaller number will become the bigger number and bigger number will become the smaller number. I am talking about the denominator only. So this was all about when we have the same numerator and same denominator and same numerator. But what if we have unlike fractions? Oh, everything is different, like different denominator, different numerator. What we are going to do? So for that we have the method that is known as the cross multiplication method. Let us see how to do that. Suppose I have 4 upon 7 and I need to compare this 4 upon 7 by 2 upon 3. So how I am going to compare this? By using the cross multiplication method. What is that cross multiplication method, children? Let us see. It is 4 upon 7 and it is 2 upon 3. I am going to multiply the numerator of the first fraction to the denominator of the second fraction. The numerator of the second fraction to the denominator of first fraction. So if I write it down like this, 4 multiplied by 3, yes, and 2 multiplied by 7. Keep this point in your mind, children. We are not supposed to change the place of the numerator. If 4 is at the left hand side, so 4 will remain here at the left hand side. If 2 is at the right hand side, so 2 will remain here at the right hand side. We can just change the place of the denominator while multiplying. Now let us see. 4 3s are, yes, 12. 2 7s are 14. So now by seeing 12 and 14, we can compare easily that which is bigger and which is smaller. Yes, of course, 12 is smaller than 14. So that means we can conclude that 4 upon 7 is also smaller than 2 upon 3. Don't go on the numbers. You can see here the numbers are bigger here and there are the smaller numbers. But while doing this method, we can easily find out which fraction is smaller and which fraction is bigger. So let us see how to order the fractions. So here we have 4 fractions and we are going to order them in ascending order. First of all, ascending order. So for that, as you can see, we have all are unlike fractions because they have different denominators. So in this case, what we are going to do, children, we are going to use our method which we have done in the previous chapter, that is concept of LCM, least common multiple of the denominators. I am going to tell you why we are taking out the LCM of all these. First of all, take out the LCM of 3, 4, 5 and 4. So the LCM of 60, this is 60. LCM of all these numbers is 60. Now we are going to write down all four fractions one by one like this, and then we are going to make a format something like this. And as we know that when we have like fractions with us, we can compare them easily without doing all these calculations and all. If suppose I have all the numbers at the top with the same denominator, that is 3. So we can easily find out, we can easily order them without doing this long calculation. We can easily find out by just seeing, by comparing the numerators. Yes, but here we have to do, and we can't compare or we can't order the unlike fractions. So for this purpose, we need to first of all convert all those unlike fractions to the like fractions. That's why we took out 60, because we want a number that is common multiple of all these denominators, because we want denominator should be equal of every fraction. So I'm going to make all these fractions equivalent to the fraction having the same denominator, that is 60. So if you don't know what are equivalent fractions, you can go through my previous videos. In this you can see the equivalent fractions. So now let us compare 3. What I need to multiply here with 3 to get 60? Yes, you are right, it is 20. 3 2s are 6. So there is a rule, children, for making the equivalent fraction, that whatever we are doing with the denominator, we have to do the same thing with the numerator as well. So if I have multiplied 3 by 20 to get 60, I am going to multiply the numerator also with 20. So 2 2s are 4, it is 40. Now we have got a new fraction with the denominator 60. Now next term, 4 multiplied by something, I have to get 60. What is that? 4 15s are. Yes, 4 15s are. So whatever I am doing with the denominator, I am going to do with the numerator as well. So it will be 65. Yes. Then afterward, 5 12s are 60. So 1 12s are 12. Again I have got, now I am getting all the like fractions with the same denominator. Then we have 4, again 4 15s are, so what will be 3 15s are? 3 15s are 40. Now I have received all the like fractions with denominator 60. Now I can compare them easily. First of all, let me, if I am doing in ascending order, so for ascending order, I need to write down the smallest fraction, that is, yes, you are right, it is 12. 12 upon 60. Okay. 12 upon 60 is smaller than, next will be 40 upon 60. And then next will be 45 upon 60. And then we have in the last 65 upon 60. Okay. So this is how we have got the values in ascending order. Now we can easily write down the real value. What is 12 upon 60? It is 1 upon 5. What is 40 upon 60? That is 2 upon 3. What was 45 upon 60? That is 3 upon 4. And what was 65 upon 60? That is 5 upon 4. So this is how we have done. We have compared. These are fractions in ascending order. We have ordered that. And if we have to do in descending order, what you need to do, children? Just do it reverse. How? Let me tell you. For descending order, can write down the biggest number. Biggest is 65 upon 60. Then we have 45 upon 60. Then we have 40 upon 60. And in the last we have 12 upon 60. Now we can write down their exact values, that is 5 upon 4. Yes, speak with me. 3 upon 4, very good. Then 2 upon 3. And then afterwards we have in the last 1 upon 5. So this is how we generally order the unlike fractions in ascending and descending order. So here I have taken 4 upon 5 and 2 upon 5 as their like fractions. Let us see how to add these. So similarly, if we have 5 and 5, so I will take the common 5 because they are both are common, and simply I'll write down 4 and 2. It will become 6 upon 5. This is the simple way of doing addition of the like fraction. Similarly, if I have the symbol of subtraction over here, if they have asked 4 upon 5 minus 2 upon 5, so what will be the difference, children? Just the difference will be of symbol, like 4 upon 5 minus 2 upon 5. So similarly, we will write down here in the denominator 5 as a common, and then we will copy down 4 minus 2, it will be 2 upon 5. So this is how we are going to do the like addition and subtraction of the like fractions. Now quickly see how to solve or how to perform the addition and subtraction on the unlike fractions. So here we have the example of unlike fraction, that is 4 upon 5 and 2 upon 3. So now you must be thinking what we need to take in common. That time we took the common as 5 because 5 was there the denominator of both the numbers, both the fractions. So now for here, did you remember, children, like while comparing the fractions we used to take the LCM of the denominators. So here also we will follow the same thing. First of all, we will take out the LCM of 5 and 3, the LCM of the denominators, that is 15. Okay, the LCM of the denominators is 15. Now we will make them like fractions as we were doing in the comparing. So for this you have to follow the same steps like the LCM. LCM is 15. I'm going to write down 15 as the denominator, and I have to make the fractions, make the equivalent fractions or the like fraction with the 15 as the denominator. So for this, if I have to make 5 to 15, what I need to do? I need to multiply by 3. And the rule says that whatever we are doing with the denominator, we have to do the same thing with the numerator. So I am going to multiply the numerator also by 3. So it is 4 3s are 12. So now we have the new fraction as is 12 upon 15. Similarly, I will do with this one. I need 5 to make it 15. 3 5s are 15. So similarly, I will multiply the numerator also by 5. 2 5s are 10. So now you have two like fraction, that is 12 upon 15 and 10 upon 15. So again we will follow the same step, 12 plus 10 upon 15, because we have 15 in common in both. So it will be 22 upon 15. This will be the answer for this. And as you can see, it is an improper fraction, so you can convert this into the mixed fraction as well. How? We will divide 22 by 15. So we will get 1, 7 upon 15 as the answer. This you can check in my previous videos how to convert the improper to the mixed fraction. This is how we have to perform the addition, but how to do the subtraction? Similar way, all the steps will be same, like I am going to change in this itself. Just see where the changes will occur. So here, suppose in the same quotient, if I have the subtraction symbol, like I need to subtract 4 upon 2.3 from 4 upon 5. What I need to do, again I'll take the LCM of both the denominators and then I'll make them the like fractions, and then instead of addition I'm going to perform the subtraction. 12 minus 10 will be 2. This is how the subtraction of the unlike fraction will be done. So children, we'll meet in the next video very soon. Till then, stay safe, stay at home. Bye bye. Thank you.